Going live. There we are. There we are. Well, it's been a morning. It's been a morning. Good to be back. Hope you guys had a great Halloween weekend. What a time to be alive, guys. I don't know what's happening. There's something in the air over this weekend. I don't know if you guys are feeling it, but motion's running high. Maybe it's the full moon, people acting crazy, I don't know. But we're back, and today we have a really great topic that I really have addressed in the past, but wanted to talk about again here today, and that is Bitcoin, death crosses, and golden crosses. We're going to get into that in just a minute. Probably look at some other stuff. I had an idea of doing, let's look at Bitcoin versus some other assets. Bitcoin versus M2, versus gold, versus stocks, versus maybe even versus oil. I don't know. Some different kind of charts like that. What I need from you guys is to smash those like buttons, subscribe, share the stream out, vote in the poll what you think about crosses. Shout out to our sponsor, FEMX, links in the video description below. Great exchange, no KYC. Sign up using my link. Love them. Love them. Last jump of the Discord. You guys know the jam. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. Let me know if the volume's too high. Let me know if we're live, actually. YouTube's not really showing me that we're live. What's happening? Okay, cool. We're live. You never know with YouTube. All right, so let's do some crosses first, because right now, today, well, technically about 18 hours ago, Bitcoin performed its second golden cross in this year. The first one all the way back in February. We had our death cross in September, and now here we are today, ahead of schedule. Golden cross. So should we be excited? Or should we be cautious? Probably both. Probably both. We're going to take a look at the history of these, the accuracy of these, perhaps some thoughts on them. Hope you guys liked, I put out a should you buy or when to buy altcoins video last night that was clipped from Friday's stream, but I think it was actually really good, just kind of condensed down and simplified, kind of like a Benjamin Cohen light type thing. What is up, Joea Pereira? Subscribing, taking the stream, scribe Genity, love it. Shout out to you. All right, so let's actually pull up BLX. Well, we'll pull up BLX. So I don't think there actually are more crosses on BLX than Coinbase. We'll see. We'll get rid of all this. Close that down. How's the volume, by the way? I'm having trouble in my headphones, like balancing it, so I'm wondering if it's like too low or too high. Yeah, I should have done this before the stream instead of during the stream. But there was spiciness going on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter for apparently drama. I don't know. Apparently we're a drama channel on Twitter. So in Bitcoin's history, we have quite a few death and golden crosses on the day. And as we've said here, what seems like forever, the naming of these is maybe the most problematic thing of all of it. Gold cross, very kind of FOMO inducing. Death cross, very scary, very emotional. And I have said for a long time that we probably should just refer to these as like a bull cross and a bear cross, mostly because it's just less emotional, less emotion invoking. I think the golden cross and death cross are just like too much. Just too much. Here we go. Going back, let me just mark these all on the chart. Here we go. There's quite a few of them. So unlike the weekly death cross that we saw earlier this year and the soon-to-be weekly golden cross, whether that be this year or next year, lots of examples of these. We don't have any of the weekly except for the death cross, which really didn't seem too impactful on the chart. So let's go back and look at a few of these. The most recent cross in September, the death cross. And we've covered this a million times, but today's just the day to do it again. Looking straight down, this death cross marked a local bottom. During this time, we even said, you know, we've seen these not really be great indicators, and in fact, we've seen price inversely move on them. We saw that happen back here in September. Our swing low, we had broken the low of our range. We traded down to 24.7, and that was it. The low was in for this local area. We began climbing, retook the 200 week and day, and we saw a nice little pump. So right now, with this gold cross, I know it's not showing here, but it did already happen. It can't not happen. It already confirmed. We saw a nice pump. Let's see, actually, let's say take it from this low. 31%. That's more than actually I thought. That's more than I thought, actually. I thought it was less than that. But we have a nice pump here, and we're right above the cross. There are some issues that we've talked about in the past. We are very far away from this cross. In fact, we are, let's get the exact number here. Currently trading about 22% above this cross. I've said this for years, keep saying it, even in spite of some Twitter drama going on today, kind of over it. But the farther we are from a cross, the more likely it's multiple things here. More likely it's already kind of baked in. It's already done. People love pointing out, oh, these crosses are lagging. That is correct. All indicators are lagging. And if you find an indicator that isn't lagging, please tell me. I need a crystal ball indicator. I need to know the future. We are high above it. That's a little worrying. I tweeted a while ago. I'm going to pull it up. Basically, watch out for this cross early November. They often mark tops and bottoms or locally. And usually we'd look for it to basically return to, I need to turn this a little wider, return to where it crossed. Now, that is absolutely on the table here. Right here. That would put price down at 28.3, which is a little bit worrying. I wouldn't really like to see this happen. You don't have the 20-day on here. Wow. I was so distracted earlier. I was so distracted. I didn't get to prepare nearly what I'd like to have, but that's okay. Not a comfortable level. Basically, we've been watching the 200 week. I put this on blue here. We traded above it. We back tested it. Things are looking good, and things are still good. Even if we are to come down to test this cross area, things are still fine. As long as price can hold above there, I'm not worried. I said over the last few weeks, if we trade back down below, reject from this level, then I'm going to get a little bearish. I know you guys really never have seen me bearish, but that is potentially on the table. But that's also not what we're talking about. We're talking about these crosses. So going back to the golden cross we had earlier in this year, that's in February. This did kind of mark the local top as well. Right before it, a day or two before it, in February, we had a swing high, 24.2. We fell down to 21.4, so not quite as big of a difference there. Interesting that price is roughly the same percent above the cross now as it was in February, about 20%. To see price action like this happen would be very normal, very expected. I'm not even sure the last time we had a golden cross that really played out in the way we would expect, but we're going to find out. Before that, we had a death cross in January of 22, and that was maybe one of the more accurate ones. We had the $69,000 top. Death cross came in. Price was about 43, and it fell down to 32. That's a pretty big move. This cross, I would say... Let's see. This cross, I would say, actually is maybe one that doesn't play here. We're only 9% away, so we're much closer on that cross. But we did fall 25% afterwards. This is probably going to be an example that stands out as one of the few that really hits. Going back to the golden cross before then in September, interesting here, we were right at the cross. Price still fell to a lower low locally before running to an all-time high. So you can really take that either way. You have the golden cross, you went to a new all-time high. Or you can say, well, a golden cross didn't really play out because we then broke our low and went lower. So this was also kind of a contrary signal. This one is perfect. In June, price was pretty close to the cross. However, we had our death cross, and price acted pretty much as we would expect from a death cross, trading down 30%. It's interesting, because I have been of the opinion that the farther you are from the cross, the less likely it is, the more baked in it is, or the more likely it is to really be a reversal. But right here, we have an example where we were close to the cross, and it played out as textbooks would say, right? So kind of the really quick summary I have so far, just looking back into last year, is the crosses this year have been pretty contrarian. The crosses last year in 21, 22 seem to be kind of more accurate, right? They're a little bit more on. They're a little bit moving in the direction that we would expect them to move. There's definitely an argument or an explanation here of, well, this entire time, wow, that's really annoying. We were in a bull market. We had different market conditions. And so these crosses played out a certain way, more accurately, more textbook. And now in a bearish market, we're seeing them behave differently. So what's going to be interesting here is we're going to go back a little more into the previous bear market and to see, did the crosses perform the same way they're performing now, or is there something else we can find? So let's go back. You can see that during the expansion of the last bull market, we didn't really have any crosses. Price took the 50 daily and kind of just was afraid of it, moved above it, bounced off it maybe once or twice before falling below it. We were very much avoidant of these moving averages, and that was over a period of over a year. We did not see any crosses. That's pretty interesting. So now we're back in March, after the fall in March, the coof crash of 2020. We had a bunch of crosses here, really close together. This is probably the most crosses, 90 days. This might be the most crosses, or the most concentrated crosses we've had. Let me double check that quick. Yep, 260 days. This looks like the most concentrated of these crosses. And how did they fare? Well, May of 2020, we had a golden cross. Price did move down, and that was a local high. That did mark a local swing high. We didn't break structure here, a little bit more bullish than the ones we looked at. But that's pretty on. Price never broke that low again. And then we went on to the bull market. How far was price? 20%. 20% above. Interesting. This is actually some cool alpha here. This cross, though, it doesn't really look like it because of the way charts work, I suppose. Price was pretty close to what we're seeing now on this cross. About 20% away from the cross. Into the crash, we had our death cross, and here we are, far away from the cross. And it really did not play out at all. Not even, like, arguably. We had this tiny little retracement here, but the bottom had been in, and we moved into the bull market. So this one, not so accurate. This one, pretty accurate, right? Before that, we're not going to go the whole history. We're just looking at a bunch of the recent ones to kind of see. I'm doing this for myself and for you guys to just get an idea. Here we are in Feb. This was the dreaded February. And the death cross, this is probably one of the most accurate or most textbook death crosses we ever, or golden, oh, this is a golden cross, my bad. One of the worst then, in that case, if that was a death cross, it would have been the most textbook accurate. Golden cross here. No local top, no local bottom there, just playing out as a death cross would be, right? Just pretty much down into the crash. This is the spookiest one ever. Ever. And this one played out terribly. Golden cross in October, we had just come off of a lower low. This was one of the most wild events in Bitcoin history. This was a 40% pump in under 24 hours total. I think that made it the third largest ever. Pumped right through the cross. We were trading below it, pumped right through it. So that is different than what we're seeing now. We're above the cross. Actually, if you invert it, it's the same. I'm getting dyslexic on my golden and deaths here because I keep repeating them. If you invert it, actually, that's not good. If you invert it, maybe it does look somewhat like it. 16% up, so a little bit less upside than we saw. But this was awful. Awful. Death cross came, so contrarian. We rallied through it, but it played out in a death cross fashion with lower lows, with moving into the bear market. We didn't see any again for quite some time. Here maybe is a good example of maybe I need to rethink my thoughts on Death Cross because I have, or Death and Golden, because I have thought that the farther we are, the less accurate they are, but that doesn't necessarily seem to be the case, at least with Bitcoin. So far. 24% above, and this is back in April of 19. Golden Cross played out really perfectly. It did almost what looks like very predictably, it did retrace about 10%. Maybe that's what we should be looking at more. the retracements on these. Retraced 10%, didn't break a low, moved up. It was a 330% gain or something like that. That was pretty nice. Then we have to go all the way back again to March of 2018. This one is definitely, I would say, one of the best death crosses that we looked at. Price came up to the cross before the cross happened and started rejecting. At the time of rejection, it was actually all the way down here. And on the day, actually, of that cross, we moved to a lower low for the month. Looks like for the month. Played out pretty accurately, but price did then again come back up to the 200. This was very weird times. So actually, kind of what I'm getting here is that these crosses are happening a lot more than they used to. There was that brief period in 2020 where we saw a very dense cluster of them, but they didn't seem to happen nearly as much in the past. Because we go from 2018, and then the previous cross to that was all the way back here in 2015. And this starts to look kind of like that March time. Not crashing, but the cross, uncross. We actually have 3. I missed one. This actually looks a lot like that now that we have 3. What kind of time period was this in? 100 days, 3 of them. So still March holding the torch for most dense. But we have to go years back to find these. And they look all right. In July of 15, we had a golden cross, marked the local top. This one, very contrarian, very counter. Then again in September, we had a death cross. Very contrarian again, did not move to a new low. Didn't even really significantly retrace here. 9%, 10%. Then again, in October, golden cross happened. Price rallied 50%, despite being a little bit more off the cross origin than we are right now. 50% no, low broken, moved into the bull market. What I'm definitely getting as well is that there is some kind of correlation between the market trend and these crosses and their success in playing out. We're just going to really quickly, September 14th, death cross. This one played out great. We saw virtually no contrarian move, just down after the cross. Before that, golden cross in July. Very contrarian, really no upside move, just downside after it happened. And then April, this is the last one. April 2014, death cross marked the bottom. Very similar to what we saw earlier in September. Marked the local bottom. Price didn't go back there. It, in fact, only really moved up after that. So there is pretty much the entire history. We do have 2 more. Golden cross did not play out in 12. Death cross played really well in 11. That is all of them. And the conclusions I draw from looking at these, and chat, I'm going to read the chat right after this, then we'll jump into other charts and stuff. I'd love to hear what you guys think about what we just went through. My conclusion is that these crosses are happening more frequently than they used to. We have long periods of no crosses once a bull market starts. At least in the last, 1, 2, even 3. Interesting. Actually, here is really valuable information that I just kind of put together. Maybe you guys are putting it together too over there. Each bull market has started with a golden cross that did not see a death cross. We didn't see, we in fact saw kind of the 50 and the 200 moving farther apart after. Not every golden cross has started a bull market, but every bull market has begun, at least to date, with a golden cross. That looks like this. 50 staying above the 200. 50 staying above the 200. 50 staying above the 200. So we see that there is absolutely some value to looking for these. However, we have so many examples where they don't play that way. They don't move up. They, in fact, very commonly, actually, maybe this, almost always when the golden cross doesn't lead to a bull market, we saw a contrarian move. We saw the cross happen and then a local swing high and price move back down. They're happening more often, and the ones of this year have been totally contrarian. And here we are today. Golden cross on today, and we have a red candle. Pretty cool, actually. I wasn't sure I was going to get much value out of that, but I actually did get a lot more than I expected. Let me pop the chat out. I want to see what you guys think about this. In the poll, golden and death crosses. Bullish, bearish, meaning golden is bullish, bearish is death, whatever. Bearish, bullish, meaning they're inverse or opposite. Golden crosses are bearish, death crosses are bullish. Neutral, or you don't think crosses are relevant, they're too lagging, whatever. Like, you just don't see them as valuable. Vote in that poll. Right now, I'm not sure if that was really clearly stated out enough before you voted. We got about 400 votes. 42% of us are in the opinion of golden is bullish, death is bearish. That might change by the end of the stream. Let me see how many people we have here. We got 550 viewers. Pretty damn good for not much going on other than this very sexy thumbnail and clickbait title. Shout out to Moggy. Our girl Moggy whipped us up some really solid templates for thumbnails I'm going to be using going forward, just seeing how they perform. But I vote in that poll, and now I am refreshing the chat. So if you said anything earlier, I'm probably not gonna see it, but I see it now. What's up, Crypto Nick? I love you too, brother. Cryptonautic, my bad. Angel, my man, love you too. SBF gets 40 years in jail. Not nearly enough. Sexy thumbnail. Thank you, loading name. Shout out to Moggy again. What's up, Kaya Reacts? Looks like we're pulling back. Thank God you shorted most of your coins this morning. Too much FOMO, guys. Take profits. You know, I came into this stream thinking I actually have seen some really negative sentiment about this cross and some very dismissive sentiment from analysts about it, and myself included, right? But I've seen so much of it that going to the stream, I was thinking, maybe this one doesn't. Maybe this one doesn't. And for weeks, we've been saying, watch out for the local swing high. Watch out for retracement when this happens. But there's been so much dismissal of the concept that I started to get a little bullish on it. But seeing the votes here, with almost half of us thinking this is a bullish signal, I have to reconsider. I was hoping that everyone would be voting for the contrarian. Then I would be like locked and loaded. Let's go. What's up, Trick Shots? Pi cycle, Bitcoin high-low indicator, almost always bang on weekly, monthly. Good to see when to sell macro. We can take a look at the Pi cycle. What's up, Biska Golden? How you doing? What's up, VZ Fat Cat? I see you chatting. I appreciate your engagement, man. Whoop. Toby, XRP Marines in the house. Who here likes XRP? Raise your hand. I can't see it, but I'll know. It's a sign of the apocalypse. Maybe, Mike. Maybe. What's up, Van D Hayes? SBF ruined everything. Single-handedly ruined the third bull market. Honestly, I mean, we still got a bull market. I don't disagree. Almeida and FTX did a lot of, I'll just say it, we're far enough into the stream now, a lot of fuckery. And it does seem to have impacted that bull run. And it does make sense now in hindsight. I remember throughout the bull run, well, really into 22, being like, how could that be the top? 69K doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. People who knew 69K was the top are mostly just LARPing. I mean, some of them, someone guessed it. If you have 1 million people making a guess, someone's going to get it. I don't know how you could argue that before that top was in, that you knew the top was in, right? We had 65K high. We retraced. We broke that high. Never has Bitcoin ever in a bull market done this. Broken its high and then not gone to make a large, significant move or leg to the upside. I don't want to rant about that too much. I think that the sell pressure from a lot of what SBF, Almeida, whatever Caroline was doing, I think it did impact the chart. I think that had that not happened, Bitcoin would have gone higher. I think it would have gone past 100K. It fits history. I don't know. What's up, Mihai Neg? Crosses are more of a confirmation of the trend, but sometimes they signal the end of the current trend. Fair enough. Bitcoin is dumping, Pink Floaty. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say dumping, but it is down. It has broken its local low here on 15-minute. Here's some trades from the last stream. I do own up to my losses, my W's, and my L's. And On the last stream, we had a fire long. We sniped that local low. However, on the other side, we did have a short place there with our stop above 34.2. That did get stopped out. We did place a bunch of trades just because there wasn't too much going on, so I got a little ADD. We do have another short that was from 33.8. I don't think I was like all about this one. I think I was like not confident in it. But that one is in trouble. It is under water, but it is not stopped out. I moved it over so there's more vision. And our 34.8 short with our super low target of 30.4, 30.5K. We did snipies that entry up here. 34.8 was solid AF. And with the break of this lower low here, it is looking much better. On the other side, looking for longs, potentially 33K, untapped, untouched, not filled. There you go, just a little update. I did share, where's this other one? I did share this long as well. So in the spirit of being transparent, this long, it slapped. The risk to reward here wasn't very good. It was 1.5 to 1, but win's a win, right, boys? We sniped it. We looked to go short at it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Just is what it is. I do want to see more of the chat. I do want to see more of what you guys are looking at and feeling today, because I think that's really important. And it's a unique insight to the chart that most people aren't privy. They don't get it. Today's October 29th, right? Because tomorrow's Tuesday. That's the 31st. So it's 30. And then Wednesday is Chirpow. You better join us November 1st at 1 p.m., 2 p.m. I don't know. It's scheduled. You have to look for it. It is scheduled. You will see it, and you will be there. It will be a great time. It will be. You go down to low time frames. Get rid of this stuff. We don't need this on the chart all the time. We should mark on our charts though where that cross is for sure. Chair Tom, what's going on, Blake? What's going on, Baker? Let me see. I see Alex S, C Ron, Cap or Die, Cool J, Craig Bowen, Cody Dowdy, Crypto Lucen, Crypto Paper Root, Daniel Hudson, Daniel Lehman. Daniel, I think it's you. Did you see this? Did you see Raven? We'll look at this later. There's a lot of coins that pumped. There's a lot of coins that resistance. We have a bunch of charts to look at. What's up, Dave Digital, Dev, Donato Cabrera, Ellie, Elionix, Rodriguez, Frido, NYC, French Toaster, Fujita Blus, Haas Aface, Hawkeye Procurement, Indiana Candles, Japernicus Plainclothes, Juan Estevez, Juma La Lepra, Kaya Reacts, loading name Mpa, Martins Talukuviscus. I can't pronounce that. Sorry, brother. I butchered it. What's up, Learning? There you are. Matthew Hull, Mighty, Mike Bennett, saw you earlier, Mohammed Jafari, how you doing? Mojo Ryzen, Novocaine, Patrick Horbaddy, Prolific Joints, my man. By the way, let's get 420 likes. Roll one so we can roll one up. Get our 420 license for today. What's up, Redman, Sean Baringer, Soldy, how you doing, bro? Stu JK, Susie Bonham, Take Profits, Trick Shots, Up and Run. We got a lot of people here, guys. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, we got a lot of people here. Are you guys feeling it? Is it the thumbnail or is it the hype? Let me get through these. V. Neil, Umar, Farid, Von Day, Hayes, Venom Hex, and Wick. My guy, Wick. All right, reloading the chat. You wonder what plays CryptoFace is making? I have no idea. I don't know. I want to know. I want to know what you guys are seeing today. How you feeling? There is some kind of just something going on. Maybe it's the full moon. I'm not sure. But there's something in the air. People are wildin'. 420. You bong the like button. Nice. Bong that like button. Bubble it up. Take a deep breath. And bong it. That's right. That's all right. 400 watching. I thought it said, no, we have 600 watching. I mean, I'd be happy with 4. But we got 6, baby. We only have 200 likes. We can get them up. But I'm not going to yell about it all stream. Dabs. I'm actually grabbing some dabs at the medical dispensary this week. Where's the illicit copyrighted music? This is. You're about to take a drug test. Careful. What up, buddy? What's up, Rising Sun? Look at G-Fall. We'll look at G-Fall. It's the hype. All right. You guys are hyping. Nice. I like hype. Thumbnail. Yeah, probably. Hi, Zaza boys. What's up? Oh my. It's the glasses. Probably. Where's the free food? The free food is here. Let's learn and earn. I like that. Show us dodge. We'll look at dodge trick. Full moon acting silly. Yeah, guys. I know I say you should follow me on Twitter, and like a lot of you don't like Twitter. That's fine. Unrelated. I'm not even shilling my Twitter. I'm going to show you guys this. This has been just such weird. I'm going to tell you what I mean by weird vibes. There's some other things that have gone on recently too that we're not going to discuss. But this just like put the icing on the cake. Let me pull this up. All right, pulled it up. Nope, that's the wrong one. Son of a. I have too many tweets. So let's start with this. This tweet got only 27k views, which is a good amount. I mean, that's way more than I usually get. But like, this tweet got so many weird replies, dude. And I'm not just talking about one person. This isn't a personal thing. Just so many. A lot of like kind of anger, a lot of, I don't know, like toxicity, like just personal attacks against me from just a bunch of different things. I don't know. It doesn't even say anything. It just says tomorrow. It has caution, sirens, golden cross. That's it. It got a lot of likes, a lot of retweets, but the reach wasn't big enough to warrant all of the strangeness in this thread. This is where I said all these triggered replies are getting me a little bullish. So I have nothing negative to say about this human, but this guy, I don't know what happened here. I guess I offended him, but I invited him on. I invite you, Cheds. I have nothing against you, dude. Maybe someone clip this so we can send it to him. I have nothing against you. I don't know what happened that I offended you or what. Maybe it was the other people's comments. But like, dude, I have nothing against you. I don't really know who you are. I've heard your name. Come on the channel and let's talk TA. You've repeated that you want to teach and that you teach. Come on, let's teach. Like, I want to hear what you have to say. But all you did was ignore me in the comments when I replied, but then replied to all the other comments that anyone made. You like it ignored my invitation. And I don't know what's happening. This Pierre guy also kind of got a little into it with me, but he immediately then replied and was like, oh, sorry, dude. Like, I didn't know. Yeah, my bad. Thought you were suggesting something else. This is cool. Cool. No harm, no foul. Like, we're good. We're Gucci. I don't know. It was strange. There's something in the air. People are getting really wound up today. And I don't know what it is. I want to say it's the full moon, but come on, it's not just the full moon. It's not just the full moon. Here's a link to that. And then there's another one that's basically the same thing that got really similar strange replies. I don't know. What do you guys think it is? Was it like the Halloween weekend? Was everybody like drinking or hungover and tired? And like, I don't know. I don't really know. I have no idea. Who says sorry, my bad on Twitter? Fake. That's a pretty funny comment and weirdly accurate. I don't know. I do. I don't. You guys know me. I'm not about drama. This morning was the most drama I think we've ever had as a channel. And I am still mystified as to why. I do not know. I do not know. We got a lot of charts. Got a lot of charts to look at. A lot of coins making some moves. Maybe I'll just flip through them here. This is a good one to start with. Total crypto market cap. I guess this, yeah, it looks like this got, total is a calculated chart, not a literal chart. It's a formula that does get adjusted and changed by TradingView as they add and subtract different things. It's a task. There's 1.5 million cryptocurrencies, according to CoinMarketCap. So this is not a simple task to do this. So I think this moved. This used to be clipped to the yearly high. If we look here, this is actually pretty spicy. On the 12-hour, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 taps. And what else do we have? We have our lows coming up. I think that's pretty bully. That looks pretty bully. Let's see on the day. Yesterday closed higher than the rest of the year. That's pretty cool. We are going to get into like altcoins and things. And I do want to read more chat, but you guys, I don't know. I want to hear your hot takes. Give me your hot takes. That looks like the highest close on total on the week this year. Yep. No higher high yet, but getting spicy. Like, this is getting spicy. You came off, you know, if we kind of imagine that this is a flat top here using this wick, we have 1, 2, 3 touches to that flat wick with 1, 2 higher lows. So if this golden cross plays out contrarian, we might look for like something like this, right? That would be pretty normal. Of course, there's the chance we just go up, but we don't really like to play that game. But total looking pretty good. VWAP's coming down a little bit. Momentum has made a higher high. You do have a little bearish divergence here on total. You do. You have a higher close last week, yet you don't have a higher high in RSI. That's interesting because I'm pretty sure, let's check really quick. We haven't looked at Bitcoin's weekly. I was right. Pretty sure. And here we confirm it. Bitcoin doesn't have that. Bitcoin has a higher high with a higher high in price. So what can we logically conclude with those two pieces of information? Total weekly has bearish divergence. Bitcoin weekly doesn't, even though the moves are pretty similar. We can conclude, although, wait, did total not actually go to a higher high, so it doesn't need a higher high yet? Nah, we'll say it did, because I think this is valid either way. We can conclude. I need to close a bunch of these effing charts, dude. I'm getting lost. Ooh, we're gonna look at Solana soon. Solana making moves. Here we go. We can conclude this: Bitcoin not having the same bearish divergence as total. We can conclude that Bitcoin dominance is likely still trending up. And I have not looked at it actually in a while, since Friday probably. But we can logically infer that dominance is still moving up. We go over here and we see on the day, we have to go to the week. That's pretty true. Last week closed very strong for dominance. I did have a solid clip of our stream where I went over a lot about dominance. You guys should check that out. It's actually performing really well and the feedback's been great. So glad you guys liked it. Here's the link. Don't watch it right now. Watch it after the stream. But there we go. Dominance moving up. That also suggests that Bitcoin is more bullish than the total, than the entirety of the crypto market. So that may suggest that dominance continues, right? Continues to move up. That would be in alignment with what we've been looking at, what we've been talking about, that we're not really sold that dominance that the high is in yet. Looking for a little bit more. Let's look at I'm just going to flip through some of these charts so I can close them as we go. PEPE didn't quite hit 14.8 or 15, whatever amount of zeros. Still looking for a touch back to 10-ish. We did have this nice little order block in the day, so it might not come, but I think that 10-ish is still a better entry than right here. I'd rather miss it than enter crappily. Not a lot of movement there on the PEPE. Not a lot of movement. I'm going to close this. I tuned into Sheldon on Crypto Banter or whatever. Nice TRB. TRB is moving. We'll look at this too. Tuned into Sheldon last night randomly. I'm just going to share this on Crypto Banter Plus or whatever channel it is. I like Sheldon. We met in real life. He's a cool dude. He said, if you have more meme coins than Bitcoin, you are retail. I don't know. I just thought that was funny. I liked it. TRB. Let's look at TRB. Got some spiciness going on here. TRB, we got resistance. This is the same thing we've looked at many times. You got resistance up here. I would call it about 150, a nice clean psychological number. Weekly, closed strong. Momentum on MACD, looking good. RSI, looking good. Reaching up, no bearish divergence issues there. Currently trading at 118. We did see a little bit of a pullback into our long. Let me see. I don't even know. I'm not even really sure. I don't remember really where we got that long from. Pulled back to our entry, and here it is at 118. Now, this is a little troubling. I think this looks strong, but this is a little troubling. Daily resistance here from 25th. We did trade above it today, and now it does kind of look like it's settling back down below. However, zooming into lower time frames, maybe I'm worrying too much. It did pull back. However, that pullback is, as of now, just a wick, a nice strong bullish wick, honestly. So what this is actually looking like is a break of resistance and a pullback, a test of support. I would like to see TRB close above 118 today. Same target, looking for 140, 150, something like that. Like, holy hell, I did not expect this to just keep running. This has been pretty wild. My caution here would be, we didn't see that pullback. We just saw it continue. And so what happens when we get to 150? Well, it easily could just blast off to a new all-time high. You know, that's possible if the rest of the market is trending that way. But more realistically, there is a large retracement in the future for this. And that could be, I'd say maybe 100 is a good place to look. Although, no, that's where we took our long. Never mind. Maybe 75, nice psychological place. We see some resistance here that was not tested as support. I would just be very careful chasing this candle up because it has not paid the piper. It has not pulled back. It hasn't retraced. There are times where it doesn't, but they're rare and they're not good bets in my opinion. I'm going to place another alert. Actually, I have one at 140. There we go. I think this is going to get a strong close today. It looks like it. Closing it. ENJ, ooh, another winner, another dubs. We'll pull up more popular ones soon. I'm just like doing this to close charts. Weekly. Wow, that is quite a wick. I'm not gonna lie, that is a pretty threatening wick here on ENJ. That's pretty gnarly, but the week is still fresh. The week is still fresh. This could end up closing higher than this wick. Can't count these candles till they close. Looking to the left, does look like it pushed through some weekly resistance. This order block here on the day at 28 cents, and even this is horizontal at 32. That's pretty gnarly, dude. That's pretty gnarly. We do have an order block here on the day, which so far looks like it's acting as support from that pretty vicious sell-off. I wonder, was there some kind of news here? Did something happen here, or is this just crappy liquidity? Usually when you see wicks like that, it's either a savage rejection, which you don't really have the aftermath of here yet to conclude, or really crappy liquidity. And I wouldn't doubt it. ENJ, I don't believe, is a very highly traded coin. Liquidity, I don't even know what exchange this is on right now. It doesn't, I don't feel like figuring out how to get that back on the chart. But probably there is not much, probably on some crapper exchange. You are at the order block, and kind of similar to TRB here. You got the hourly sold into previous resistance into potential support. Now you're wicking. Not bad. This is going to be harder to say a long can make sense here with that wick, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm going to save this. All right, Bitcoin. I'm going to close some of these. Bitcoin dominance. Can't really close the trades though because I want to keep updating them. All these trades are done, so I guess I can close this one. That's a W. I'm going to put that in the Discord. One of the advantages of the Discord, fam, is updates after the live. Airdrop some sats on everyone and make everyone a Bitcoin holder, and it's a great community, 24/7 talking from people all around the world. Experienced traders, hundreds and thousands of them. All right, put it in the Discord. I'll close and save. We'll look at like ADA. ADA is doing something. Link isn't really doing anything, but we'll look at it. PEPE we already looked at. I can close it. Rune, my short is wrecked. Rip. RNR, short is wrecked. Rip. Near, we'll probably look at near. Cream, nothing's happened, so I guess not really time to look at that yet. GBTC, I definitely want to look at. Gala did some things, but moved right to resistance. We'll talk about that more in depth. Tron doing a sneaky. Moving up past, what, May 22nd's high. That's a pretty visible resistance at 9.3 cents, moving higher. We'll get a little more into these. Algo pulling it, digging itself out of the grave here. Algo giving itself a shot in hell here. That's not bad. We'll look at that. Sol, I think I'm going to do Sol next. Sol looks the spiciest right now. So we've been really bullish on Sol. I'm going to do Sol, and then I'm going to read the chat, and then we're going to go back to more charts. We've been bullish on Sol, I want to say, probably since like midway through this year. This is a really nice looking pattern with higher lows, flat top. Now you've broken higher. Not much has changed there. Even though you broke the high, I don't think I would sleep on a pullback. But maybe that pullback will look like this. We'll take more of a look. I do think that Sol's moving to about $50. I do think that's a reasonable target. You know, by end of this year, timeframes are just impossible to give. But like maybe by the end of this year, I do think that is going to happen. However, there's something about Sol that I do want to share with you guys, and I haven't heard anyone bring up. So this is some real alpha. Sol's looking great. Chart's looking great. It's almost too good looking. It's almost too good looking, honestly. Almost none of our longs have been punished. We had all kinds of long setups here. Our shorts really being the only thing punished here. It hasn't stopped out yet either. But a little bit too free. A little bit too free. I have some suspicions. I remembered after reading some article on CoinGecko this weekend that Almeida has not liquidated their Sol holdings. I think they're being held in like escrow by like a trust or something like that until they're forced to do so. Their holdings, and this is just from my memory, not exact numbers, $1.5 billion of Sol. I believe it's in dollars. $1.5 billion of Sol. They have like 400K of Bitcoin or something and like 300K of Ethereum. And at some point they're going to liquidate them all. Well, 400K of Bitcoin liquidating is nothing. You know, that's just like a drop in the bucket. $1.5 billion in Sol is a lot. Is a lot of Solana. Especially because these order books aren't going to be as thick as Bitcoin or Ethereum. Here is my suspicion. I don't want this to be true, but I have to acknowledge this. It is very possible that the people that have to liquidate this or whatever in the future are pumping this chart to create liquidity to sell into, to inevitably sell into. That does give me a little worry for Solana. Doesn't mean it can't go higher. It doesn't mean it will never hit an all-time high again, but it is kind of jading for me. It's a little jading. There's a lot to be sold. This structure, we've been kind of talking about this all year. This doesn't really look like anything else. This is crazily bullish, like more bullish than almost anything else. Like I didn't want to get bullish on Solana, but the chart was bullish. Is it being engineered for liquidity to be dumped into when they're forced to liquidate it? And I think it is very hard to reject that idea, to think that idea is totally, out of the scope of reality. Of course, if you had to liquidate that much Sol, you would be engineering liquidity, and here we go. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. I think that that's really, I don't want it to be true, but it does kind of seem true. Money flow hitting a higher high, VWAP up. Chart still looks great. Right? My advice would be keep tabs on the proceedings. If you're big into Sol, keep tabs on it. If they give us a date that they're going to liquidate, just be on your toes. Don't get caught flat-footed. Breaking your monthly resistance here with a good-looking chart. It just keeps looking good. I don't know. Man. Past your July high, your next resistance is up here at like 45 to 50 bucks. Maybe that's what's coming. I just think that there's some trials ahead with those liquidations. There's some trials. I haven't even done Bitcoin TA today. It's funny. I've been too into other stuff. I don't hate what we're seeing here either. I'm going to do the in-depth Bitcoin TA in a minute, but I need to engage with the chat. 600 votes in the poll, nice. What's up, Renee Silva? How you doing, brother? Gotta have faith. Developers are still at work. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm not saying you can't. I'm not even questioning. I mean, I'm not a Sol fan, but that's not surprising to you guys, right? But that's irrelevant. I don't care what you guys like. Believe in whatever you want to believe in. I just think that if you do believe in it and you're heavily invested in it, you should be aware of that, right? Like, you should be aware of that. That is a fact. That is not like the engineering of the chart. That is speculation. That's purely dubious speculation. But the fact that they're going to liquidate a ton of Sol at some point is fact. And it is logical to think that you might engineer liquidity for it. You ain't gonna pull $1.5 billion out of Sol right now just by market ordering. Like, it's not gonna happen. Cas Maxi. I've recently, I didn't say this on stream yet. I've recently added Caspa to the Tom Crown list of thumbs up coins. That list is very narrow and very small still. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Monero, Doge, Caspa, Vertcoin, and there's probably like a few others out there, right? Few others, but it's been added. It is a proof of work coin that, to all of my research, had no ICO, no pre-mine, a fair origin. It can be in the club. It can be our friend. What's up, Shirley Sound? Can I look at Adam? We can look at Adam. What's up, in my hero? I'm my hero. Sergio. Anyways, how's the AI coins, Tom? Render, Ocean, Fetch. I did see your comment. Yeah. Yeah, FET has definitely been moving. Fetch has definitely been moving. We can look at FET. I'll pull it up. We can look at Ocean. I'm not sure if Ocean's going to be too spicy for us, though. But we'll pull it up. Put Sol and Luna in the same boat. Untouchable, says Crypto. Everyone's welcome to have their own opinions, right? We all have our own minds. That's what makes our community great. We're not a maxi community, even though I'm kind of closer to the maxi thing. Everyone's welcome. Anyone who likes crypto is welcome here. Did you answer your question about Bitcoin miners? What was your question? I'm not the most expert on Bitcoin mining, but I certainly know more than, I don't know, the average Joe. What's up, Shroot? Take a look at IMGNI. Where's that traded? Crypto, I agree. Yeah, just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Just be aware of that. What's up, John Ryan? Thrones and Legends. Cool name. Cool name. What's up, Meaningless? Literally just mentioned that Almeida has a bunch of soul and chance to dump it. Yeah, that's what we were all just talking about. Roughly when? I have not a clue, Joe. I have zero clue. It's the only clue I have is that they will do it. They're going to be forced to in their bankrupt proceedings. At the moment, the market's probably safe from it because it's likely not in Almeida's possession. It's likely in whatever. It's like escrow or like what do they call it? You guys know. Whatever it is in a court proceeding like that. So I don't think that it very unlikely will be done under the shade of, in the shadows. It should, I believe, be announced. But we'll find out. Just like I said, keep your ears sharp. Listen if you're invested and believe in Sol. Just pay attention to that. It doesn't mean you have to like lose faith or anything. BlockFi wants their money back. I got my money back. By the way, guys, if you used BlockFi and you had funds trapped there, if you were getting earned back in the day, log into BlockFi today. Don't click any email links to BlockFi. Type it in. Use your bookmark. But go to BlockFi because I was able to withdraw all the assets I had there like 2 weeks ago. I don't know if I mentioned that here. I don't know. If you have stuff there, it's worth a try. Worst case is, you waste a minute logging in. Do I mean Femex? What about Femex? I do love Femex. Femex for us people. I do like Femex. What are the good places to leverage trade for US people? Be Baker? Femex. There you go, brother. Femex. I actually have a good video on that as well. That was published recently. Which probably is going to become relevant here as more new people are joining the space. We've had more new viewers in the last 2 weeks than a year plus. Here, looking for an exchange. A fair review. Okay, fair review of exchanges. I put the link in the chat. I'm going to pin it. Fair review. Femex is our sponsor and never hide that. But this is a fair review. I don't just say good things about Femex. This is a fair review. It's a good video. Hopefully it'll help you choose what's best for you. What's my opinion on stacks? I don't really know, Sean. For a while I thought stacks... I thought stacks was something, and I honestly am back to... I'm not really sure what it is. I know it's a layer on Bitcoin, right? They're staking that soul. Okay. I mean, cool. Good. I mean, good, right? Where can you find a list of TC approved coins? I just pretty much said the entire list. You can know a coin is an approved coin without me even saying it because it's proof of work. There's no pre-mine, no ICO, no kind of like tax thing. Like no tax, no percent of the mining reward goes to anyone other than the miner that mined it. Fair origin from day zero. If it fits all those conditions, it's a TC approved coin. The list is not very big. Rip Alex Mata. What's up with Alex Mata, Crunk? Isn't he a YouTuber? Proof of work, baby. What's my true take on ICP, Folsom? I mean, well, it obviously doesn't fall into my approved coins. Like, it is not the style of coins that I like, right? And so in that sense, it's kind of just in the shitcoin bag, right? It's just like, it's kind of, I don't know. It's not like any worse or better than any given shitcoin. Look at FET. I do like I like this vibe you guys got going though. What's up, Bad Baptist? They did stake their soul. It will be released in stages. Hey, we will see. Like, I don't doubt that's what they said, and I don't even doubt if that's what they do. But just the whole point of that. Be aware. Keep your eye on it. Don't think, I don't know, don't like think it's not going to happen. It's going to happen. Hopefully it's in steps. Hopefully it's done in cooperation with exchanges so that it doesn't really impact price. That is possible, but we just don't know yet. So just be aware. That's it. That's it. Nice. We still got like 600 viewers. I really wish we'd get 420 likes because I want to blaze it later. But I won't push it. I won't push it. Let's see. Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. ICP, great tech. Oh, he FOMO'd in KDA at the top. Yeah, I mean, he's not alone. I'm sure many did. Is KDA? No. Unfortunately, Merlin, KDA, Cadena did have a pre-mine. I don't know if it was an ICO. Doesn't really matter. One or the other. It was pre-mine to some degree, to my research. You can correct me on that, but you better bring some evidence. Tomcoin when? Tomcoin never, Daniel. I will never shill some crap coin for my own gain. Never gonna happen. Chainlink, please. Yeah, we're gonna look at Chainlink. Just reading the chat, seeing what you guys are feeling. What do you guys think about this weird energy today? Thoughts about meme coin? I mean, on BNB launch protocol, like, it's a meme coin. I don't understand really why people, like, I get being a degen. I just don't get why people are like all about meme coins, like a meme coin maxi or something. It's like, you're just a maxi for like something that you're kind of like self-admitting doesn't have any value other than kind of like pump and dump. I don't know. Any given meme coins, even on BS Launchpad, like probably gonna suffer the same fate of maybe it goes up a lot and then it just goes down forever. I don't know. XRP, bro. Yes. We're going to look at XRP. We're going to look at Link. We're going to look at the AI coins. We'll look at whatever I got alerts for. Litecoin starts with an L. Oh, brother, don't I know it. You're front running me, Stainless Steve? Roll them if you got them. Grab some brews. It's Monday. They feel like they missed out on Bitcoin, so they yell into shitcoins. Yeah, that is accurate, Bad Baptist. It's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. Guys, here's the secret of crypto. Literally, every single person who ever got into Bitcoin thought that they were too late. Every single one. I certainly did. People before me did. People even like a year into Bitcoin thought they were too late. You can find these posts and these tweets on the internet of people saying like this exact thing word for word. Now, no one knows what's in the future, but if we look at the past, we can pretty confidently say, you're not too late. Like, everyone has had this experience. You're not alone. Taking on a crazy amount of risk in response to feeling too late is such self-destructive behavior. It's self-sabotaging. I hope our community can do better than that. Doesn't mean you can't buy meme coins. Doesn't mean you can't trade them. But I hope we can instill some better values than that, because I want you all to be successful. That Martini guy thinks, I don't know, dude. I don't know the Martini guy. He seems nice, but I haven't ever watched his content. But from just observing outside, his content does not seem like the most intelligent. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not, I haven't seen it, I admit. But some of the things he says on Twitter, I'm just like, dude, this is weird. Why are you saying these things? I don't know. What's up, Brendan? Crosses equal volatility. That's probably the best answer. Although we see not so much volatility right now. Litecoin Maxi, go for it, Space 8. You thought you were late in 2017. Exactly. Literally every doing spot Bitcoin. When SHIB? I don't know. SHIB's at some point. Arweave. Cryptmo. What's up, man? You thought you missed out when Bitcoin was 300. Hey, guys, right now, let's just do this right now. You don't have to necessarily say what year. You can if you want. But just right now in chat, put if you felt that you were too late when you got into Bitcoin in the beginning. Just put it in chat because I want to see the flood of responses. You know what? I'll even do it. I thought I was too late to get into Bitcoin. There you go. There you go. All right, we'll do some charts. All right, or you can just put the year if you want. We're going to assume that means you thought you were too late. In fact, is there anyone here who didn't think they were too late? I don't think there is anyone who can honestly say that. I don't think there is. Unless, I don't know, you just really believe in Bitcoin and then hats off to you. There you go. Look at all these people. If you're out there thinking you're too late, so you're taking on crazy risks to try to catch up. Look how many people in the chat. This isn't even that big of a stream. We got 650 people, 700 people here. Look at how many people just put in the chat that they thought they were too late. Look at all those years. Look at all those times, all those prices. That it means something. That's not nothing. That's something. That is something. I love it, guys. Our stream is climbing. Bitcoin is not really doing anything. But I love the energy today. I love it. It's wild. Scorpio says, bullshit. What's bullshit, Scorpio? What is it? Spring 21 top? Thought you were too late. Some of you may still feel too late, right? Even if you started a while ago and you're in Bitcoin. Takes time. Takes time. Very few people, in fact, I'll say virtually nobody, enters Bitcoin at the bear market bottom and only sees their value go up. I would say virtually no one. Rounded down 0% of people. You thought 3,800 was pretty on time, Bringfax? Which time 3,800? In 17? In 19? Or in 20? Which time? You bought more Bitcoin yesterday? Hats off to you. What should we do? Should we look at alts? Is that what we want to do? Let's look at Ethereum quick. Ethereum long. Really fast. We're going to go through some of these. Ethereum, our trade, this trade placed, I think on Friday, looking pretty good. We're looking for a broadening, falling wedge. We saw a break to the top of it and a horizontal resistance at 1772. It pulled back to test that ascending trend line and the horizontal. And that's why I placed a long. That's how we look to trade these. Now, this doesn't have very many touches, so I was a little skeptical at first. But so far, it's holding. I think the stop could be moved up on this. I think the stop could definitely be brought just under 1750-ish. Target of 1900, that's our next upside resistance. I think that's a solid trade. If we look at Ethereum, BTC, and this is maybe what I should do. I say this every stream and then I forget. Should be looking at Bitcoin pairs right now. Let me clean up some of this. We're going to be looking at some more Bitcoin pairs because right now I think this is the most important thing. I don't think the dollar values are very meaningful. Everything's really just Bitcoin goes up, so they're going up. If Bitcoin dumps a bunch today, they're all going to dump a bunch. But these pairs will show us if they're actually gaining against Bitcoin, if they're actually outperforming the least risky asset in the space. Because if you're not outperforming the least risky asset in the space, you're just taking on risk for no reason. And that is a recipe to lose, really. Ethereum, BTC. Of course, this looks bad because we're right down here. We have not broken June's low of 22. That would logically be the next spot you would look, right? If you see any more dumping, you'd be looking for just under 0.5, just under right here, this ratio. You do have bull divergence building on the monthly time frame if this monthly can settle up here. If it can settle up here. On the week, not looking so great. This is a fresh month. It is a fresh month. And you do have bullish divergence building here as well. The VWAP is trending back to 0. Money flow still not confidence building, and momentum could be better. I would be surprised not to see some kind of retracement on Ethereum against Bitcoin, maybe up to its 200 weekly moving average, even if it's going to dump farther. I'd be surprised. After 4 weeks of pretty significant downside, I think Ethereum has a little bit of ground to make up against Bitcoin. I'm not confident that it will continue, though. We'll do ADA and then we'll do XRP. That sounds good. I don't trust Ethereum. I haven't trusted Ethereum since the proof of stake merge. I was yelling about it for months, and then they did it, and I still have the same feeling. I don't know if that's ever going to change. So ADA, we were looking very bearishly, and we potentially still could be. I know that's not the news everyone wants to hear. However, maybe I'll be a little more optimistic and say there are some conditions where ADA gets very bullish. Right now, it has not broken them. Right now, it's still very much in danger. You have a support, a macro support, that has been tested multiple times on any kind of long time frame you can come up with. It doesn't really matter. That's down at 24 cents. This rally has been nice, but as we said in the last few streams, we kind of expect this to go into the 28, 29 to 31 cent range. That is a macro resistance. It was a macro support. So to move into there was pretty expected. However, pushing through it is kind of the trick. That's kind of when we can get bullish. Above 31 cents, back above that support, things are looking much better. I would like to see a back test of that support. I don't think it would look like this. A back test of that previous support, turned resistance, tested as support to hold and to move up to 41 cents. Right here, this chart gets very bullish. Things look much better. I know, price up, better, right? Derp. No, but this is right where we expected this to go. It's kind of stalling out right now. I think it was on the monthly. Kind of stalling out right now. Yep. Monthly order block right there. Kind of stalling out. There is another day and such in this month. A close at 31 cents would be kind of neutral. You'd likely expect retracement into the next month, but you could potentially start putting on gains to the upside. This is just my concern. If you get above 31, I will be typically bullish as I am on everything. If you get above 41, this chart looks great. ADA has had a really rough year. Really rough year, and I don't like the tests of that support. The problem is, if you reject from this zone and you go back down to your lows, the probability of breaking that low is increased on each test. You break it, and you really don't have significant support until like 14 cents. That's a pretty big drop. It's 50% from here. Just be on your toes. If the entire market, if Bitcoin moves up past 30, what was it, 37? I'm already like forgetting, 35, whatever. This month's high. If it rips up into the 40 range, ADA is going to go with it. It's likely moving to that 40 cent range. If Bitcoin dumps down underneath the 200 weekly, under 28.3 or something, probably ADA is following along with everything else. So just keep your eyes out. Keep them peeled. Be alert. Set your stops. If you're a long-term spot investor, ignore what I just said. It doesn't matter to you. It'll be okay. ADA eventually will go. It'll rip eventually. Let's look at Link, and then I'll do a little more chat reading. Actually, let me just refresh the chat, see what's going on. See how you guys reacted. VZ Fat Cat, you are having the time of your life, man. I love it. Short all coins for now, Kunal Gulati. Sold your ETH at the top. Which top? You took profits? Don't stop stacking sats, boys. All right, I like that. I like that, Thrones. What's up, Gowd? I see you joined us. Wisdom A. Proof of Shem merge. What was the point? I asked on Twitter a while ago, an open question. Since the merge, what has been done? What changed? What was fixed? The merge, by definition, centralized the network more. So what was gained? What was the trade-off? Because I prefer decentralized coins, which I think is a very small group. I prefer them, obviously, and that's what I like and I support. I recognize that not everything needs to be decentralized. Some things have a very big value to be decentralized. Some things don't really have any value to be decentralized. I don't know. What could be decentralized? It doesn't even matter. Like the position of lampposts. You know, there are things that there's no value to it. So I don't hate Ethereum. Ethereum was pre-mined anyway, so it was never on my list. But Proof of stake moves it more into a centralized network. So what was the trade-off? What did they gain? And no one could really give me an answer. Nobody. Don't know. Don't know. Is ETC. So Merlin, was ETC pre-mined? Or not, sorry. Of course it was technically pre-mined because it was a fork of Ethereum. But did they fork out those pre-mined coins? I think I remember hearing that, but I don't know. If they forked those out, then maybe it's actually on the list. If they didn't, then no. Didn't know. Let's go. Crypto 420. I love you, brother. I love you. We're almost to 420 likes. Well done. We only need 50 more. If we all put together our energy, we could get 420 likes right now. With no problem. Without even breaking a sweat. We've had a few more subscribers that I totally missed. Sorry, guys. I'm not hearing the alerts. Maybe they're muted. I see Nellis D. Mersman. My guy. Victor Laivui. Ray Inu. Hamad Khan. Ant83 Fell. Anwar David. Avnish Kuwaha. And then, of course, Joao Pereira, who started off the stream. Shout out to you guys. If you're out there and you haven't subscribed yet, please join our fam. Help us get to 100K so I can stop talking about subscribing. I promise you, once we get to 100K, I get that little check mark. I'm not going to yell about people subscribing. I'll stream every stream. So help us. There are not many slots left, actually. Only about 15,000 people can subscribe to be in before the first 100K. Very spicy. What's up, Coins Chick? What is up? How you doing, girl? That was some drama today, Coins. CC, that was some drama. What do you think about that? Welcome to share your thoughts. Link finally broke its giant pattern. We've been waiting for it to break forever. Hit its higher low we identified on live stream. Moved up to resistance. 1450. What are we looking for? Same thing with what we just saw on Ethereum. Just to refresh the memories. This is, of course, a much smaller. This is on the daily. This is only over a few months. We have a broadening descending wedge. When we get the break of the high trend, we look for a back test of it and a move higher. And that is what I'm looking for on Link. Whether it stops here at 1150 and moves back to like 950, 10 bucks, or it moves to its next resistance above, roughly 15, and then retraces. I don't know. Probably just going to follow the rest of the market. As I said with a bunch of things, I would be very weary or very cautious entering a long here right at resistance. And this is going to be the case for a lot of coins we look at today. They've rallied strong. They look great. Things are bullish. But for as far as like a position goes, you're right at resistance. And long into resistance, shorting into support, these are not the way I do my trading, at least. Statistically, they're not really great choices. Sometimes they work. So basically sit and wait, right? Link has had multiple tests of 1150. That's a good sign if you want it to keep going. You've had arguably every day since it hit 1150. It's touched it, a little bit lower. Today we had a higher high. Looks good. Each time we test that resistance, it becomes weaker, and the chances of it on the next test continuing increase. If we do, $15. But I still think you get something here. Whether it's 950, whether it's 10, I don't know. You can definitely create a good risk to reward here. Worst case scenario, you don't get filled. Just keeps going up forever, right? That never happens. But maybe you don't get filled, nothing lost. I think that's the appropriate professional TA way to approach that. Let's look at XRP next, because I know a bunch of you are here for the XRPs. For the Peasels. CC's ready for... She's ready to hand out. She's ready to dish out some of these hands, man. That's right. These hands. This is an older chart. XRP, we've been bullish here. I don't like XRP personally. Doesn't fit my coins, but this chart has been very bullish. It's been very bullish. You zoom out, it's really just been very bullish since June. It's been very slow. Has not been very satisfying. but it's been bullish. It keeps holding its lows outside of this wick, but this wick is different on different exchanges, and it still didn't technically break the low. In fact, let me just pull up a different XRP chart because I don't want to redoodle all this. And I know it's on one of these bad boys. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 54 cents roughly. You had a flat top. Your lows came up. I will admit I was expecting probably another higher low, but XRP managed to break through 54 cents, back tested as support, and now it's right back to that high. This is looking good. 61.8 cents has been our target for a long time. Still is. This trade looks good. Looks good. Money flow on the day. Actually just turning green, momentum up, VWAP up. Daily looks very strong. Looks very good. Very good. Weekly actually even starting to look good as well. Not bad. Not bad at all. Right up here to this weekly order block right here. That's where I'd look to take profit if I was in a leverage position. Will it go past 61 cents? Nobody knows. Again, just going to go with the rest of the market. If it does, if it breaks through 75 cents, that'd be your next upside target. That is your weekly close up here on the Torres pump and then the consequent dump. XRP looks good. Been saying the same thing pretty much all year. It's wild. Never thought I'd say that, but I have been. I'm going to look at FET, but this is a very old chart. So let me zoom out quick. This TA still looks pretty good though. Head and shoulders dumped. Boom. Snipes. Retrace right to our monthly high. Fell down. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Zoom in. You did break past some significant previous support. You broke past some resistance there. That's pretty solid looking. You are, however, right at your 618. Right at your 618. And it doesn't even look like a daily closed above it. No. Kind of dicking around there. You're probably going to have issues with this high. You're probably going to have bearish divergence. No, you don't. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. The only not bullish thing I have on this chart for fetch right now is VWAP is a little flat. But this is a new week. That flatness is the result of this new week's price action. So that's a little too early to count. But that momentum coming up, the VWAP making a higher high here and money flow rolling over is pretty solid. It would be hard to say a long here would be wise. Longing after 50, 60% candle is a rough call. If you can't fight the FOMO, maybe you're looking, maybe you want to look to 33 cents. That's not that big of a discount, but it is something. It's at least waiting for some retracement. The smartest play, which may not come, just like your girlfriend, giggity, likely waiting for down here. I think 25, 26 cents, very prime. You have weekly resistance. You have your 618 retracement from just about 20 cents to 40 cents. I think this would be a very strong play if it comes. I think market ordering in here is a great way to get wrecked. Great way to get wrecked. You may not get this full retracement. It may not come down here. But I believe if you wait, you'll get a better entry. You'll get the day, maybe only 30 cents, 33, 30 cents. These might be better. At least it's a 10% discount from here. 30 cents would be a little bit less than a 20% discount. I think there'll be a better discount. I wouldn't necessarily bank on breaking this low at 16 cents unless you see a really strong rejection, maybe up here at 45. And you could have a lower high set up. But this looks pretty damn good. Thanks, Sergio. Let's look at Doge. Doge is the coin that I hear the most of, like, Doge is pumping when it isn't. Doge. Doge settled up its week without breaking a new high. Perhaps this week it will. Money flow. Market cipher B looks solid. It's a very, very clean trend rolling over there on the week, going from bearish to bullish. Ooh, the daily does look like hot dog. Ugh. Daily looks really bad. I want to be bullish on Doge. It's in my list of coins, but I don't allow the things I like to dictate what I see on the chart. With this lower high, you have something very problematic. You're already painting bearish divergence. You haven't broken a high. That was our concern. It wasn't even about bearish divergence. It was, you haven't broken any highs. You keep setting lower highs, and you have a very big, very tested flat bottom support. That flat bottom support can hold, and you can go up from here. And that's what I'd like to see. But realistically, when we see this, not 100% of the time, but pretty strong confidence, we see that break to the downside. The issue is this: you break to the downside, and much like BNB, if you lose this support, you have very little below you to like a penny. You can argue maybe a penny and a half, something like that. But that's a significant drop. We're at 6 cents. Drop to, even 3 pennies, a 50% drop. That's savage. That's a big down. That's a big downside. And this issue comes from the way you ran to the upside. This is very inefficient market price action. Virtually just up, no pullbacks, no resistance, no support built. And so if the time comes and you break it, you got to pay the piper. And the piper wants you to move back to support. This is what I'm very weary, I don't want to say concerned about, but a very realistic probability in my mind. I made more money on Doge in 21 than the Dogecoin millionaire did. I still have 5 figures of Doge. I'm not selling it here. I do have a great entry, so that's a factor. I'm not selling it here though, out of a panic or that happening. But it's very real. I would really like to see Doge trade above like 8 cents. Probably as Bitcoin rips. Like to see it trade above 8 cents. Honestly, above 10 would be better. But I want to see it break some kind of resistance, set some kind of high, and then hold those gains, which is what we've seen on a lot of other charts. Until then, I have to be bearish on Doge. That's life. I don't want to be. I want it to do well. But I can't. I need the chart to convince me. I'm going to take a break from alts for a minute here. I'm going to read the chat, but I want to do, I haven't done any Bitcoin TA. We talked about crosses. We've talked about a lot of stuff. We haven't done any Bitcoin TA. We're going to do that next. Light it up. Crypto 420, dude, you are my biggest hype, man. I love it. I love it. Party time. We hit 420. You know what I'm going to do? We haven't done this in a while. I'm going to gift out memberships because we hit 420. Thank you, fam. Thank you. I'm going to gift out memberships. What you should know about these memberships is they are randomly selected by YouTube. YouTube clearly says that they are awarded to participants of the live stream, those who have engaged with the live stream. So I'm going to give you about a minute while maybe I do a little kind of real quick TA in my head here on Bitcoin. I'm going to give you a minute, maybe 2 minutes to like the stream, subscribe, share it, vote in the poll, say something in the chat, all of the engagements. I'm going to let everyone have a few minutes to get those engagements out so you have a shot at getting them. And may the luck be with you. Get it, boys. Get it. You got like 90 seconds. 90 seconds. October's wrapping up. So many doubted October. They doubted it. They shouldn't have. Nah, healthy skepticism's always good. I guess I'm gonna do it on this chart. I don't feel like messing around with my settings. Weekly's looking very good. Does look like it wants to pull back this week though. Does look like this week wants a little pullback. Daily is like, yeah, that might happen. Not as vocal as the weekly, but 12 hour. Really need a strong 12-hour close today. In the next 5 hours, we need a strong 12-hour close that can save this. It's not doomed, but we need a strong 12-hour close that will set this up nicely. 10 hours still very clearly uptrending. spicy. You got 20 seconds. Make sure you've sent a message in the chat, liked, subscribed. Sharing counts as engagement as well, voting in poll. All the goodies. The more you engage, the more likely you are to get it. Interesting. It's like 10 hour, 8 hour, even the 6 hour, a little bit of weakness, but the 10 and 8 hour are still very clearly uptrending. This is a little bit of weakness, but it's like a tiny bit of weakness on like a very strong foundation. All right. Here we go. You've had your time. I hope you win, whoever you are out there listening. I hope you win these. Here we go. Here we go. Drum roll. Drum roll. Here we go. Go forth, my memberships, my beautiful memberships. Go. Who are our winners? Is it you? Congrats to Crunk C. What's up, Crunk C? Jeanette. Hey, Jeanette. I love it. What's up, Patrick Leishman, my man? Congrats. Pele Photography. Muhammad Jafari. Those who engaged did receive. I love it. Great names. Couldn't have been better people. Couldn't have been. What's up, Felipe Ramirez, Rhythm Designs. Idris E. Muhammad. Skills 23 CS. Gerben DV, Decoy 03J5, Nillis D. Mearsman. All subscribing here in the last few minutes. Hell yeah. Don't worry, there'll be more gifted memberships in the future. Don't worry. We're live here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but we're live whenever the charts get spicy. So make sure you have those notifications enabled on YouTube and on your mobile device so you know when we go live. Being in the Discord is the best way to know when we go live, honestly. But congrats, my friends. Couldn't have been better people, except for some of the other great people here. You didn't have them. Yeah, I forgot. You know what, Wiggins? I even forgot to say. Crap, that's on me. You have to have them. You have to opt into them for whatever reason. I don't understand that. You have to opt into them. They don't auto renew or anything. There's like no danger to getting them gifted. I don't know. But yeah, you had to opt into them. My bad, fam. My bad. Discord is fire. The Discord is fire though. And your gifting might be turned off probably. Yeah, my bad. Discord is fire, and it's mostly not me. It's mostly other people talking. I've been very amused by the Discord lately. Where's your magnet, Novocaine? Well, you can get a membership for 99 cents. They're very cheap if you really want one. All right. So what I was seeing daily is trending up, but we have a little kind of contention here. VWAP may be looking to roll over. If we get a weak close today after this pullback, we may see a lower high in money flow. We may look for the daily to roll over. Momentum telling a bullish story. It is trending down now, which might be leaning in the direction of a retracement. Not a crazy thought, especially with the golden cross right now, with a 15% close on the week after a 10% close the week before, being up 41% off the low. A retracement might not be crazy, right? Might be almost expected. The weekly, this is very strong looking, but this VWAP pointing down. Again, it's reflecting only not even a day of data here, but is the first sign I would look for some kind of retracement. There's no bearish divergence on our highs, so we're pretty good. I don't think that this retracement, if it happens, would be necessarily super strong. Now the 12-hour feeds into this. 12-hour looks a lot like the daily, which it doesn't always. It did have a higher high here after this 1, 2, 3 higher highs. It's in a clear bullish uptrend. You pulled back. We're looking to avoid that lower high we're talking about on the day, because if we get it on the 12-hour, that'll be our first signal that we're likely getting it on the day, and that would not be ideal. That might lead to a longer, more drawn out rolling over our retracement. VWAP is pointing down, which I don't like. I really wish this wasn't the case. If this wasn't the case, I wouldn't really be worried. What this shows me is we have 5.5 hours. Potentially the next 12-hour feels very strong, could eliminate it, but we have 5.5 hours to close rather strong on the 12-hour. I would probably say 34.6 turn that candle green, that long bottom wick, just like the 12-hour candle before it, would be perfect. Would be perfect to change what I'm seeing on the chart. What got pretty interesting is when I looked at the 10-hour, which isn't a time frame I look at all the time, 10-hour isn't a clear uptrend. Now our VWAP highs are coming down, which isn't the strongest. It's not like a 10 out of 10, but this is pretty strong. You've broken your highs again. Momentum is pinched here, but momentum's not really even the strongest. The 10-hour isn't really reflecting what the 12-hour and daily are. And when we go to the 8-hour, we see the same thing. Same thing. Higher highs. Clear uptrend. I like that. RSI coming down. So you don't have bear div yet. You likely have some kind of bull div as your lows are coming up on the 8-hour. So I haven't looked at the lower time frames yet, but I'm about to fly through them. 4-hour looks weak, unfortunately. So that 12-hour close being strong does not look super likely as of this moment. Not super strong. Lower high, you broke your low. Momentum's kind of struggling here. VWAP highs coming down. Not the best. 2-hour trending down. You broke your low in money flow. Kind of a head and shoulders here on momentum. 2-hour looking down, unfortunately. But it's not over. Let's get into the hour. Hour actually just giving us the same signal here. Unless in the next 25 minutes we see some rallying. You've broken your low. Not the best. Not the best. Actually, I want to have good news, but 90-minute, kind of the same picture. Not good looking. 45-minute, the exact same thing. This is not great. What we're seeing on almost all of the lower time frames is either negative money flow, which is kind of increasing in momentum, or positive money flow, bullishness, or money entering the market, rolling over. So that does, unfortunately, not bode well. Not bode super well for kind of miracle close last second today. 30-minute is now in the red. VWAP's coming up. So we're probably, let's see, let me throw this on here. We may be looking for, during this live stream, a retracement to the upside. Yeah. All right. Good news. Good news. The even lower time frames. So what's likely to impact this stream, or while we're live, actually seeing some upside there. Probably looking for this. 34.4. It's not the strong close we wanted, but it's the move we're likely going to get. Minute rolling area. Could do like this. That's a terrible risk to reward. 2.7. It's a little better. Little better. There's a lot of it's kind of like indecision. There's like confliction. There isn't always this much confliction. So I want to like browse some random weird time frames. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Ooh, we actually haven't touched this. I might redo this. $34.2 is looking like a much better entry. Sucks though, because you got that wick so far down. That kind of ruins the risk to reward, doesn't it? Yeah. This might be a rare wrecked. A rare wrecked. I don't know if I like this. I really want to take it from down here, but then the problem is, so here's what's going through my head. The problem is, if we take it from, what is that, the hourly fair value gap? If we take it from there, that would mean that these low time frames are going to quickly change. They're going to get bearish. And the problem is that the low time frames are the only real argument for this retracement. So typically we'd look for that fair value gap on the hour, but we might not be able to. We might have to do it this way. The real answer though is you don't always have to be in a trade. Don't force trades. Trade doesn't feel exactly the way you want it, don't take it. Maybe. Maybe. What do you think? What do you think, chat? I don't really like the entry. Even back to like 34 too. It's like even if you take it down here, you're still counting on those low time frames rolling over. And then you just throw away your whole bull thesis. I'm just going to leave it. Maybe it gets wrecked. Maybe it gets wrecked. We've had a lot of winners in a row. Nobody only wins trades. This is also a little concerning here. Right back to that support. You got a little order block here. This is my best guess. This is one of my lower confidence ones. Sometimes you just have everything you want, it all lines up. Sometimes you just get kind of chop. I see you guys hitting the heart reactions. I like it. I don't know what they do, but I like it. We got 1,000 votes in our poll. Awesome. What's up, VZ Fat Cat? You are having the time of your life, my friend. I'm glad you're here. Character with a 350 power score. What is that? What's the 350 power score? You're in from 32.432, Ross. 32.432. That's basically the trade I just placed. I don't love it, but there it is. Forcing trades is how you get hemorrhoids. That's right. That's right. What's up, Gaza? I miss Bajarki too, C-Ron. Rumor has it, though, Bajarki will return in the bull run. What's up, CZE? Josh McCombs? Matt Osborne? Paul? Roberto T? Romeo Wu? Robert Fisher? Saravdeka? We can hit some fire saw you earlier, but didn't shout you out. My bad. My bad. All right. The hype a little bit died. A little bit died. Maybe it's because I wasn't reading the chat. But we had some hype going on earlier. No, Cammy. No. I reserve that for after the stream. We're very 420 friendly here. But while doing TA and trying to trade and stuff, nah. That's not me at my best. That's me at my chillin'. That's me at my chillinest. When Chirpow? Senor Scoops? Chirpow. November 1st. It's already scheduled. It's already set up. You can jump into that room. You'll be redirected there after the live too. November 1st. Actually, at what time? I'm pretty sure I have it set for 1. Let me double check. 1 p.m. There you go. 1 p.m. Jerome Chirpow. Chirpow. November 1st. Just 2 days away at 1 p.m. Be there or be square. Be there or Chirpow will bring us bad news. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Double top. Double top what? Double top where? What else should we look at? Crypto 420 is actually my official 420 ambassador. So like while I'm streaming and I can't, he does it for me. It's a complex system. Gold, baby, gold. Is gold moving? It was moving like crazy actually. Good eye because Friday it was going nuts. Does not seem to be going nuts today. However, it does not look bad at all. You did kind of break through 2K, fall below it. Now you're maybe messing around with it as resistance, but it doesn't look bad. It looked very strong on Friday. And if you look back to this price action, like the 20th to the 27th last week, looks a lot like this. It looks like very similar. Kind of you fall, but you don't do any significant falling and you're just trading sideways and then you move up. And gold's looking strong. Gold breaking out. So gold hit 2009. Is it a sign? 2009. 2009 on Friday in a really beautiful rally with Bitcoin. If gold breaks 2009 this week, it likely will be a signal that Bitcoin will run. If Bitcoin hasn't run by that point, it likely will mean if Bitcoin hasn't run that it's about to run. I don't want to go as far as to say long Bitcoin if that happens, but it might be successful. It might be. Gold really pulling out of nowhere, man. Like, that's beautiful. Look at that V-shaped bottom. I do expect some kind of retracement. Back to like 1980 probably. But I would like it to break its all-time high. It did break its all-time high earlier in this year, which people have forgotten about. It didn't break its all-time high last year, but it did break its all-time high in 20. Yeah. Pretty spicy. Like, gold broke its all-time high this year. As long as it doesn't trade below 1,800, February's low of this year, you have a higher low. You have a high, a lower low, then you have a lower high, then you have a higher low, then you have an all-time high or a higher high. Now you have a higher low. If you retest that all-time high, you're looking to break through it. It's looking very good. I don't know if anyone cares about AXS, but AXS reached up to $6. Looks like that's resistance. I don't know how old this chart is. Yeah. That's the thing. So many charts look like this. They had great rallies. Like, get excited. They had great rallies. But they're right there at resistance where they've just started retracing from them. And that is so trappy. It's just a great way to get trapped. You get an exciting rally, right at resistance, you enter, and it's like, nope, right back to lows. Not saying that has to happen with this. I don't know. But just be aware. Before you FOMO into something, I would say, look at like its monthly chart. Look to see if there's an order block right where it is, or a previous solid low, strong low. Fight the FOMO. Oh no. Raven, I forgot to look at it. Raven doing pretty good. Finally moving. Broke a low here. It was looking not so great when we looked at it last. Still not in like comfortable territory. Weekly still looks very, very crap, honestly, on Market Cipher B. Daily looking pretty good. I think this is gonna move more. I think this is gonna go higher. Not sure the timeline. Maybe 2.5, 2.6 cents. We did look to take it long from 1.3. Actually, that long doesn't close there, but potentially a head short there, 2.6 cents. However, right now, probably the worst time ever to go long, just as I was saying. It's like you had this great run up, but you did move past resistance, but you moved back below today. A lot of wicks like that. Maybe we should keep an eye out for that. Coins that broke resistance today wicked below them. We should look for closes above them today. That could be a strong sign. But you are really close to this previous support. Untested resistance. Oh, broke through it. I might look for a short of 2.6 cents. Not for dooms, but just hedging against that long. Taking a low profit. Raven looks pretty good. Is Sol moving at all still? Sol has not moved during this live stream. Doesn't look bad. Looks alright. Algo. I didn't look at Algo yet. Algo looking pretty good. Algo is one of those that I've been very bearish on. Just because of the structure. Breaking that high. Breaking 10 cents. Trading up to 11 cents right now. Algo finally looking like it wants to be alive. I did put this short here. I still think it's not a bad play. I'd probably look for something like this. 12 cents back to 10. 20% retracement. I would look for something like that. I think that's pretty clean. Kind of like this trade. Kind of like this trade. Tron. Just sleeping and moving. Moving and sleeping. Week over week. Slowly grinding up. Slowly grinding up. Did not hit a new all-time high in the bull run, but it's held its lows. Really crazy. So this was an example I gave the other day on stream when I was talking about these flat bottom, flat top patterns that we use all the time. I said, these are really high probability. We see them work out a lot in crypto. I think they're tradable. But then we pulled up Tron and I said, here's an example though of it not working. Tron right here, 4.5 cents. This is the weekly. So we have very big amounts of time in between these tests. Multiple tests. Flat bottom basically confirmed. Your highs were coming down. This was the classic flat bottom descending high chart. Very bearish. However, it just said nope. Just said, nah, dog, not go down. Just started setting higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Can it still break down? Yes, but it has all but escaped this pattern. It's broken multiple highs here on this week. It is now trading higher than it has since 2021. It's interesting. It's interesting. This does look to me like it wants to retest maybe 21 highs, 15 cents. It's a pretty big upside. Tron is slept on. I don't really care about the coin. I don't really think the coin is super invaluable or important or anything, but the network itself is used so much disproportionately to how much people I don't know, think about it, how much it lives in our brains. I use Tron I use TR20, so USDT on Tron almost every day. And I'm not the only one. Lots of people do in the business. Gala rallied right to resistance, 2.1 cents. Probably looking for a trip back to support. I'm having trouble being bullish on Gala. It can prove me wrong trading above 2 cents. Or like 2.8, I don't know. It can prove me wrong, but it rallied right to where we were looking for it to rally if it broke its high. Not excited unless it can continue to put ground below it. GBTC. I'll go back to the chat in a minute. Actually, you know what? I'll just read the chat now. Every time I think that, I should just read it. FBTC has a chance of closing 6 consecutive 4-hour. Okay. It's like a 1 day of green. Don't marry them. Don't date them. Just trade them, baby. That's right. Pullback begins, raw dog. Did it? Meh. Trade's going all right. Pullback. I mean, it did pull back before the stream. Or I guess during the stream we saw this, right? Yeah. I'm still looking for a little retracement to the upside. And then I'll reassess. Like, once it gets here, I'll reassess. I think this is a much more probable win just to 34,475. But I don't like the risk to reward. So I'm going to leave it like this. I like your live stream. Thank you, Kuba. Kuba K. I like you. Nomads looking at band. Check out Brickin' before it's too late, Robert. What's Brickin'? PBX breaking out. What's PBX? You guys, I've heard more new tickers that I've never heard today than, like, I don't know, like all year. What's up with all these new tickers? It's like a CoinGecko. ARC. There's a coin I've not heard of in a long time. Mars, never heard of it. Shiga, Wise, PolyX. Poly, I remember. Don't think anybody follows that anymore. Oh, Ari Osmo, that I recognize at least. Aura Chain, big time. Let's look at big time. Probably no one cares about big time. I certainly don't. But I know that like Coinbase listed it. And I know we have a chart for it. Let's see what it looks like. Womp. Oh, when we were looking at it, we had very limited data. We still do. Interesting where it hit its low here at. Big time without doing any real analysis. Probably looking at 21 cents. But then you have some nasty resistance there. Not sure how confident I would be that it will continue. Though I don't know anything about this. Don't know anything about this coin. 1.5 million coins. How do you know about all of them? You don't. Gas. Neo Gas actually has been interesting. Not that anybody cares about Neo, probably. I still have my Neo stakes on the legacy chain, not getting any coins. Neo hasn't moved significantly enough. About gas. Don't even have a chart. So gas is Neo's reward token. And it has been seeing some real upside. It's interesting. Look at these volumes on Binance. Large volumes, at least since it's been listed, with large moves to the upside. Can't really ask for anything better. Here you go. You got a new high today. That's interesting. So, unlike Ethereum when you stake it or ADA, when you stake Neo, you get gas, which is, I think, their token, kind of like VThor for VeChain. It's interesting. It does. Been live for 2 hours. Viewership's still really good though. So the show goes on. So I got some statistics here. Dominance down slightly today. Dollar. We didn't look at dollar. Dollar was really sketchy on Friday. If you were here for the stream, there was some really strange stuff going on. The dollar traded virtually sideways. You can see right here, it closed 0.04% down after wicking up and down almost evenly. What was really weird is that gold was rallying and stocks were dumping. So basically gold was like acting as if the dollar was dumping and stocks were acting as if the dollar was rallying. It's very weird. I should actually 100% look up stocks because I forgot. Friday was so crazy. Today it does look like we broke in Friday's low. How's this weekly look? So we have a red day on the dollar, but it is unspectacular, right? It's unspectacular. Just coming right back down to the daily order block here to basically where all these dailies closed. If it bounces here tomorrow, likely seeing it just return back to the top here. Unspectacular. Unspectacular. But finally some movement. What about stocks? Ooh, is it retracing earlier? Little, perhaps dead cat bounce on the stockaroons. Short looking good. Back to support. Tested as resistance. If it rejects, still looking for like 4,500. Something like that. Something like that. My alert's not on. There we go. There we go. Let's see. Is this changed? Do I like still feel this way? 1 minute rolled over. Maybe not. Man, I was really banking on those low time frames. At least the 15 minutes still okay. Man. This may turn into a short scenario. This one may be wrecked. It's a really small bounce. It's like a really, really like shallow retracement. 382. I don't know if I believe it. I still think we're going to see 34.4 before we break 34. 34.077. Yeah. Yeah. Don't be shy. There we are. All markets are teetering. Yeah. Everything's just like right at like resistance or support. And it's teasing. Dubs? What's up, Dubs? Dubs. Bitcoin Buff. What's up, man? Christopher Lowe. Crypto Cat. We got some new names. Dead Fred. Randy Greer. I think I got you already. Oh no, Y2K. Of course you're here. Subhradeep Sarkar. There's a new name. Stephen G. Zane. What's up, Zane? Zane. Korea likes Neo. Yeah, I still got my Neo in a wallet. I don't know. It's just gonna sit there unless it rallies like crazy, and I'll sell it. Take some profit after like 7 years, 8 years. Position's still in profit. It's just like not worth selling. And like for me, it's like I don't even feel like doing it. Crow coin Jordan Tan. Is crowing? A murder. Crow wrecked my short. That's a good sign. Never filled the long, but not necessarily off the table yet. Not off the table yet. Daily looks like it's kind of topping out. I think the short was right. I think our short was like right. Can't paste. I think our short was right. It just looks like maybe that stop wasn't. That risk reward sucks. That risk reward sucks. Not a good trade. Not a good trade. However, right now, Could be a good trade because you get a much better risk to reward. It's like a 6-1. Give it a little bit more juice. Maybe just, yeah, that's pretty crappy. Something like that. I still think the short was right. I'm not necessarily thinking or saying that's going to go to a new low, but I do see kind of signs of this rally chilling out, kind of exhausting. Just looking for some kind of retracement, which lines up with, I guess, everything we've looked at today. It looks like everything's doing that. Weekly has some pretty nasty divergences on your highs, but it is slow. It is rolling over. Interesting. So that long, our original long position may never come. May never come. So maybe this is the play. 5.5 cents, a nice clean number. Wow, you can still have a 3.6 to 1 all the way down at the low. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Just like that. Something like that. Straight. Schweint. Wow, Bitcoin, we all some people were looking for a pump today. Some people were looking for a dump today. Some people were looking for volatility today. So far, we're all wrong. It would be hilarious if Bitcoin doesn't do anything this week. It's just totally sideways, like through the FOMC, like through some data numbers, like after this cross. That would really take everybody. That would take everybody by surprise. I guess we should consider this. We are starting a new week here, right? This is a new week. It's Monday. However, on Wednesday we start a new month. So if we don't get volatility today, we have 2 days in a row of high potential volatility, the monthly close and then the FOMC. Likely spice is coming. Late to the stream, did you miss Link? Yes, you did, Kim. Good to see you. Robiul Hassan. Hello from Bangladesh. Hello, Bangladesh. What's up, Krios? Spawn. Thoughts for Gala. Did go over Gala. Cryptomania did go over FTM. Do I hold microcaps? Some. But when I buy a microcap, I buy like 20 bucks. Like $20 worth of it. 20, maybe 50. Maximum 100. And I go very, very shallow. Very shallow. Let me see. Join the Discord, by the way. Join the Discord. This is looking more wrecked as time goes on. Those low time frames did not do what we wanted them to do. They still could. But they just haven't. I'm going to put this in the Discord. I think I already did, but I'll update it. What an eerily calm day. This morning started so strangely. Now it's just calm. I think the calm before the storm. I'll pull up Litecoin. Litecoin still, I'm praying that as we roll into November, that we finally see LTC BTC bounce. I'm looking for 003. Praying. Wow, Litecoin, you have seen better days, Betty. You did have a higher high on the month, but still struggling with $69, poop. I love me some Litecoin, guys, but actually on the day, this doesn't look bad at all. This looks pretty good on the day, actually. This looks pretty good. You hit 69 again. You tested it once, 2-3 times on the day. You have a higher low in your structure. You came up, you tested it again, you broke a higher high, but you rejected potentially into a higher low here off 65, and they're testing it again. That's pretty good. That looks pretty good. We've been waiting for 84, maybe $81 to $84 for a while. This daily looks good to do it. It looks kind of like this. Maybe like that. Something like that. Might get this first. Well, no one ever said Litecoin moved fast in price. No one really ever said anything about Litecoin, except for me. Ha, just kidding. Just kidding. Algo. Still like chipping away at those pennies. Not bad. Sol has not moved. Closing charts, guys. One sec. Render, I didn't really look at it. Render did blast past 225. The call to 225 still good. The short was a smart short. It just didn't play out. You are up here trading up to 270. I mean, $2.93. That is your May high. That looks pretty likely. That looks pretty likely. You might see the return to 225 as support first. That would be a nice structural, be a nice support build. But it's looking pretty good. Rune. Man, a lot of my shorts got nuked today, which is weird because, like, it isn't today that Bitcoin went up. These shorts, of course, were just the same logic. We saw something push up. It either pushed up to a horizontal resistance or an ascending trend line in some kind of pattern. Rune actually looks very strong now. When we placed this, it was right here under this trend line. It looks really strong actually now because it broke the trend line. You have 1 day, and then this higher high comes off of that trend line. $3, just like Render. Weird. Looking for like $3. This is the only outcome that we were looking for that could be bullish out of this pattern, and it took it. It's why patterns are never to be taken as, like, you know, law. Patterns are only patterns because their probability is greater than a coin, like they're greater than a coin flip. I don't know. Better, favorable odds, but never 100%. The best pattern in the world can get riggedy wrecked. The cleanest, best, strongest looking. I'm not gonna lie, I don't love that. I don't love that. It kind of looks like this. Let's see. Near, closed above, yeah, whatever. All right. All right, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Never really actually lie. When you say you never lie, that's kind of a lie, right? Sand, if you're looking for a short, man. We were looking right here. I don't know why there's no position. We've been looking for this for a while. Now, I don't know. 14 cents seems less probable. Less probable than when we were initially looking at it, when the whole market was just eating it. But this is still very much in play. Support. You have your lower highs, flat bottom support. It broke. Now you're back to that support. The trade short on that is always a crafty one. Doesn't always have to work. Always slick. It's 35, 37. You might have to maybe not target 14, 15 cents, but it's possible. It's possible. We'll see what the rest of the market does. This is looking more and more wrecked, man. FET, we already did. I didn't look at Ocean, but I don't care. Gold. Big time. I just like that name. Gas, dollar. Dollar, I just saw, though, does look like it might be breaking that low today. It's at the low, so it's unspectacular, but it might be breaking it. All right. You guys know. You guys know how it is. Bitcoin doesn't move while I'm streaming. The whales wait for me to be done, and then they move. So in that spirit, guys, join the Discord. Sign up with our sponsor, FEMX. Great exchange, no KYC. You can use them anywhere. You'll get cheap trading fees, I don't know, deposit bonuses, etc. Help support the stream using my link. I've been using them for years. Subscribe, like, etc. If you're looking for an exchange in general, I published a great video on it. It's a fair comparison. It's not a favoritism towards FEMX or anything. It's fair, just. I appreciate everyone being here today. We'll be live Wednesday, unless something hella spicy happens tonight. We'll be live Wednesday for Chirpow, or tomorrow night, technically. Thanks for joining, guys. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Love you guys. I'll see you soon. Hopefully this trade starts moving as soon as I close the